Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Adito, please correct your name. I don't like looking at the name the way you wrote it. This is not a nice word. Take that name off, okay? Never call yourself a name like that. Say it in English, please. You're just waiting for everybody to enter through the waiting room, and we'll get started. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Miss
Good
Amanda.
morning, Miss Amanda. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, just waiting for the last people to come through. Why do we only have 12 participants? What happened to everybody who was here last session? All right, I'm going to get ready to start. Everybody should be on time for our meeting, so I'm going to start without them. All right, let's start by discussing what we're going to go over. We're going to talk today about run-on sentences, okay? And if you remember, we took run-on sentences last year. Is there anyone who remembers what a run-on sentence is and can tell me? Anybody who remembers what a run-on sentence is and can tell me? Oh, no, you've forgotten? No one? All right, let's talk about what run-on sentences are. Run-on sentences are when two or more than two sentences are written together incorrectly. Okay? It means that the person doesn't use punctuation to separate them, and the sentences are just written together as one big sentence. Okay? Let's take a look. I'm going to open this so we can see a little better. All right. Oh, that's quite blurry. Let's open up your language arts textbook. Language arts textbook, the hard book. Everybody get your hard book, your language arts textbook. Okay, language arts textbook. And open to page 70, nope, not 70, 24. Page 24. Page 24. Okay, language arts textbook, page 24. All right. I'll give you 1 second to get your books and to get open to the page.
Miss, what book?
Language arts textbook. Language arts textbook, the big book for language arts.
And the page?
24. 24. All right, remember, if you need to ask a question, you raise your hand to ask a question. Okay, cameras are off during the meeting unless I call on you to ask you a question. Then you may open your camera while you answer. Okay, all right. Yes, Jada, you have a question?
Miss Amanda, I will take the practice book or the text.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Bring the textbook or the practice.
Textbook.
Okay,
Language arts textbook.
Thank you.
Okay, honey, you're welcome. All right, page 24 in the language arts textbook, the big hard book, okay? All right, So again, a run-on sentence is when two sentences are written together without any punctuation, without any commas, without any conjunctions, without any periods, without any capital letters. They just write the sentence without writing the correct punctuation. Now let's take a look. It says my internet connection is unstable. I hope we don't lose connection. All right, so let's take a look here. Remember, if you answer a question, you can open your camera when you answer, all right? It says a run-on contains two or more. You can read in your book. It's much clearer for you in your book than it is on the screen. Contains two or more sentences that can stand alone or be connected as a compound, okay? So let's look at the sentence in the box that's written in blue. It says, some living things are very tiny. You need a microscope to see them. That is two sentences written together. Some living things are very tiny is our first sentence. You need a microscope to see them is our second sentence, okay? So the person who wrote these sentences wrote them together without any punctuation, all right? So there are two different ways that we can correct the sentence. One, we can write it as two separate sentences, okay? You can write it as two separate sentences. Yusuf, I told you keep your camera off unless I call on you. Okay, so the first way you can correct it is to write it as two separate sentences. And you'll see right under in black writing, in bold black writing, they have taken the two sentences and separated them and made two complete sentences. So the first sentence says, some living things, I'm going to underline it so you can follow along and look at your page in the same place that I'm talking, okay? Some living things are very tiny, okay? They put a period after tiny. They separated the two sentences and they added a period because of course we know a complete sentence needs a mark at the end, either a period, a question mark, or an explanation. This is a declarative sentence, so we put a period, okay? All right, that's the first sentence. The second sentence is, you need a microscope to see them. Notice that they capitalize the word you, because now we have two separate sentences. The first word of our sentence must be capital. Okay, the first word of our sentence must be capital. All right. Now, the second way that we can correct the run-on sentence is by making it a compound sentence. And remember, we make a compound sentence when we take two sentences and we join them together by using comma and, comma or comma but. Okay? Comma and, comma or comma but. So in our example here, they have used comma and. Okay? Some living things are very tiny, comma, and you need a microscope to see them. So two different ways to correct run-on sentences. One, write them as two separate sentences, separate them, put an end mark after the first one, and capitalize the second, like here. Or we can add comma and make a compound sentence, all right? Any questions about what I've told you so far? Everybody understands? Very good, excellent, okay. So let's do some examples together. All right, let's take a look at the bottom where it says guided practice, okay? It says guided practice. We're going to look at those together and we're going to tell if they are run-ons or if the sentence is written correctly, okay? All right, let's look at the example together. It's under guided practice, the red at the bottom. Here we have right here at the bottom, the red guided practice, okay? Right here. Okay. Under that, we have an example. Okay, under this we have an example right here. Do you see it? All right, it says, run-on sentence. A microscope magnifies things, it makes them look bigger. These are two sentences written together, two complete thoughts, okay? All right, so they separated them. Here they put a period after things. A microscope magnifies things, period. And they made the I capital for it because it's now the beginning of the second sentence, okay? So a microscope magnifies things, period. It makes them look bigger, all right? Now let's take a look. I'll remove these marks for you. Let's take a look at number 1, okay? Muaz, I see you in the waiting room. It's just spinning, honey. I've already admitted you. It's just spinning. Hello, Iad. Hello, Iad. Hello, Iad. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, Miss Amanda, I can hear you.
Hi, honey. Can you read number 1 for me, please?
Okay. There are many kinds of microscopic animals.
There are many kinds of microscopic animals. There are many kinds of microscopic animals. Is this sentence correct? Or is this a run-on sentence? Is there one sentence or more than one sentence?
It's one sentence.
It is one sentence. You are correct. It is written correctly. Okay, you are absolutely correct. Very good, Iad. Thank you very much. All right, so the first sentence is correct. Read number 2 for me, please, Adito.
Yes. Yes.
Can you read number 2 for me, please?
Yes. Some tiny animals live in water, others live on land.
Okay, some tiny animals live in water, others live on land. Is that one sentence or more than one sentence?
One sentence.
Some tiny animals live in water, others live on land. Is that one sentence or more than one sentence inside?
More than one.
Yes, it has 2 sentences. Some tiny animals live in water is our first sentence. So what should I put after that first sentence, Adito?
Comma and.
All right, this asked us to tell us the 2 sentences. So for this one, we're going to put a period, okay? Because we're separating into 2 sentences. We'll do compounds on the next page, okay? What else do I need to do? I added a period, Adito, after water. What else do I need to do to this sentence?
Make the O and the others capital.
That's exactly right. I have to make the O capital for others. You are correct, Adito. Thank you very much. Good job. All right. Number 3. Number 3. Read number 3 for me, please. Tia. Tia, can you read number 3 for me, please?
Yes, yes. Thousands of small animals can live in a drop of water.
All right. Thousands of small animals can live in a drop of water.
Um,
Thousands of small animals can live in a drop of water. Is that one sentence or more than one sentence written together?
One sentence.
That's right. This is one sentence. Number 1 was correct. Number 3 is also correct. Very good, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Number 4. Let me see. Reem, can you read number 4 for us, please? Reem, can you read number 4 for us, please?
Yes. There are tiny animals in the sea. Whales eat them.
There are tiny animals in the sea. Whales eat them.
Romana.
Is that one sentence or 2? Is that one sentence or 2?
One sentence.
All right, so let's take a look at what's written. It says,
Two sentences.
two sentences, okay? 2 sentences, right. Two sentences is right. What's the first sentence?
There are tiny animals in the sea.
That's right. There are tiny animals in the sea. So what do I put after sea, Green?
And
What we are separating these into 2 sentences, okay? Two
period.
sentences, okay.
Period.
Yes, we put a period after C. What do I do to whales eat them?
Capitalize the W.
Excellent. Very good, honey. I capitalize the W, okay? That is correct. I capitalize the W. Very good, Rain. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5. Let's see. Abdurrahman. Hello, Abdurrahman.
Hello,
Hello.
Miss. I have a problem. I have a problem with my camera. I can't open it.
That's okay. It's not for me. It's not for anything I
Yes,
did.
for me. It's
If
for
you
me.
can't open, that's okay, honey. That's no problem. Can you read number 5 for us?
Yes. Look at a puzzle. Think of the millions of animals in it.
Okay. Is that one sentence written correctly or 2 sentences written together as a run-on?
2 sentences.
That's right. It is 2 sentences written together as a run-on. You are correct. So what do I add to correct this, Abdurrahman?
You should add after puzzle and.
Okay, remember in this part, we are writing as 2 sentences. Okay, so what do I do? If I want to write them as 2 separate sentences.
Capitalize the T.
All right, I capitalize T, that's correct. What else do I do?
And put full stop after puzzle.
That's right, we put after puddle, we put a period. That's correct. After puddle, the first sentence, look at a puddle, we put a period and capitalize the T. Think of the millions of animals in it for the second sentence. Excellent job. Thank you, Abdurrahman.
Miss,
Yes, honey. Yes, dear. I'm sorry, when I hit it to unmute it, it's going back. Here you go. I unmute now.
somebody wrote the answers in my book.
Yes, well, lots of people write in books and disrespect the books by drawing on them. You can try to erase it, and don't
No,
always trust those answers because they're not always correct. Okay.
they said the answers.
Okay, but they're not always right. So you make sure that you don't trust those answers, that you do the answers for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, honey. Tia, do you have a question?
Yeah, Miss, why we didn't put a period? Why we didn't put a comma? We put a period.
Because this, see here, see where I'm drawing now, the red? It asked us to do it
Yeah.
as 2 sentences.
Okay.
Okay, so this we're separating into 2 sentences. On the next page, we'll do the compound, okay? But here in the
Okay.
directions, it's asking us for 2 sentences. That's why we put the period and the capital letter.
Okay.
Okay, honey? All right. All right, let's move on to the next page. Good question, Tia. All right, Yassine, do you have a question?
Miss,
Yeah.
this page, number what?
We're on page 25 now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. So now on page 25, and again, I'm going to open it for you so you can see it a little bit better. This one is clearer than the other one. The other page is old and has gotten wrinkled. I don't know who wrinkled that book. Of course, that wasn't me. All right, so this one, we're going to, it says here, the directions say, write each sentence. If the sentence is a run-on, write it as 2 separate sentences. Again, the directions are for 2 separate sentences. If it's not a run-on, write correct, okay? All right, so let's go through these 5 and then we'll do compound for letter B together, okay? All right, let's see. Somebody's voice I have not heard. Jomana. Hello, Jomana.
Hello.
Can you read number 6 for us, please?
Okay, you can study tiny water life with a microscope.
Yes, you can study tiny water life with a microscope. Is this sentence written correctly or is it a run-on?
Mm, run on.
Okay, if it's a run-on, tell me what is the first sentence?
You can study tiny water life.
Okay. What's my
And then
second sentence?
with a microphone.
Is
A microscope.
with a microscope a complete sentence?
No,
Okay, so is it one sentence or a run-on?
one sentence.
Yes, you are right. This sentence is written correctly. Okay, it tells you here in the directions to write the word correct. Because it's hard for me to write on paint, I'm just going to put a little check, okay? So, but you always follow directions. If it says correct, you write correct, okay? All right, so she is correct. Thank you, Joanna. It is written correctly. All right, read number 7 for me, please. All right, Hamza.
Number 7.
Mhm.
Anne walked to the pond. Her brother followed her. Run on sentence.
It is a run-on sentence. What's the first sentence?
Anne walked to the pond.
That's correct. Anne walked to the pond. So what do I put after pond?
Comma.
Sorry?
End.
Okay,
And.
remember, these directions say 2 separate sentences. So what do I put after pond? We want to write it as 2 separate sentences.
Period.
That's right. After pond, we put a period, okay? And what else do I need to do now, Hamza? What do I need to do to the second sentence?
Capitalize H in her.
That's correct. I have to make the H capital. Okay, so I make the H capital. Right, very good. So the first sentence is Anne walked to the pond, period. Capital H, her brother followed her. Excellent job, Hamza. Thank you. All right, Jenna. Jenna, can you read number 8 for us?
Yes. And walk. The children put water and plants and mud in a jar.
Okay, the children put water, plants, and mud in a jar. Is this written correctly or is it a run-on?
It's correctly.
It is correct. Great job, Jenna. Thank you. It is correct. It is written as one sentence and it is one sentence, one subject, one predicate. Excellent job, Jenna. Thank you. All right, number 9. Number 9. Leela, would you like to do number 9 for us?
Okay.
Rename, you're about to get kicked out of this meeting.
Okay.
One
Leave
second, I have somebody playing, drawing on my screen. So you can go into the waiting room. Okay, I have put you in the waiting room for drawing across my screen and changing your name. You can stay in the waiting room until I let you come out. Okay, next, anybody joining me? After this, I'm not going to accept because that's the person that drew across my screen. All right, go ahead, Leela. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sweetheart. Read number 9 for us.
Lee covered the jar.
Go ahead, sweetheart. Lee covered the jar.
Must you reading is
I can't hear you, honey. I'm sorry.
This sharing I can't see it.
You're supposed to be reading in your book. Where's your book? Go get your book and come back, honey. All right. Let's see. Let me look for somebody's voice I have not heard. Medic. Medic, can you read number 9 for us, please?
Yes. Number 9. Lee covered the jar with plastic Anna and put it on the shelf. On a shelf.
Okay. Lee covered the jar with plastic and put it on the shelf. Is this written
Yes.
correctly as one sentence or is it a run-on?
It's a run-on.
It is a run-on, you're right. What's the first sentence, Medic?
Lee covered the jar. Lee covered the jar with plastic and.
Okay, Lee covered the jar with plastic. That's my first sentence, okay? What do
Yeah.
I need to put at the end of the first sentence?
At the end of the first sentence, a comma.
Not a comma. Remember, we are writing as 2 separate sentences. So what do I need to put after plastic?
A period.
That's right. We'll put a period after plastic. And do I need to do anything to the second sentence?
The second sentence. And put it on the shelf.
Okay, the second sentence is and put it on the shelf. And it's already capital because and is the name, okay? Very good, Malik. Thank you so much. All right, number 10. Number 10. All right, Leanne.
Yes.
Read number 10 for us.
The children hoped life would grow. They waited 2 days.
Okay, the children hoped life would grow. They waited 2 days. What's the first sentence?
The first sentence is the children hoped life would grow.
Okay, and what do I put after grow?
A period and
Very-
capitalize the T.
Perfect. Period and capitalized T for the second sentence. You are correct, my dear. Okay.
Okay,
First
thank you.
sentence, the children hoped life would grow. Second sentence, they waited for 2 days. Thank you, Layan. All right, let's move down now. And we're going to do compound sentences, okay? So rewrite each run-on as a compound sentence. All right, let's see. Yassine, can you read number 11 for us?
Okay. And got the microscope. Period. Lee found the slides.
Okay, this time we're writing as a compound sentence. Okay, not two separate, but as a compound. When we make a compound, we use a comma and a conjunction. Okay, a comma and, a comma or a comma but, okay? That's how we make a compound. So how do I make this a compound sentence?
Imagine doing like reps and making money.
A compound sentence.
Hmm?
And got the microscope. Command. Lee. And Lee found the slides.
Okay, that's exactly correct, okay? And this is gonna be very hard for me to write, so you guys are just gonna have to help me with a little imagination. Let me see if I can make this a little bit easier. So those are big, flat, fat, clumpy looking letters, and I don't wanna confuse you at all. Excellent job, Yassine. You are 100% correct. Let me try this pencil and see if that'll be better. All right, so we put a comma. Oh, that's very light. We put a comma after microscope. Let me try a different brush. Let me try this one. All right, we put a comma. Oh no, that's very wide. That's not gonna work. All right, one more time I'll try. Let me try a different color. Let's see if this will work. Maybe the pencil is just light in general. Let's see, 1 second, hang tight 1 second with me. Let's try now with the red and see if it'll be easier. Yeah, it's a little bit easier, I guess. We write comma and, just like Yassine told us, comma and, okay? So our sentence is, Anne got the microscope, comma, and Lee found the slides. Okay, very good, Yassine. Excellent answer. All right, next. Let's see, Farida. Can you read number 12?
Yes.
Okay, honey.
And the children got the water. They put a drop on a slide.
That's right. The children got the water. They put a drop on the slide. How do I make this a compound sentence?
The children got the water and they put a drop on the slide.
All right, so I add and here after water,
Yes.
just like you said. What else do I need to add?
Make the T for the day.
Remember, this is a
Capital.
compound. So when we make a compound, we use what and a conjunction. You gave me the conjunction and. What do we put before the conjunction? After the first sentence, the children got the water.
Yes, we put a capital T. We put a capital T for the day.
What do we put here after water, honey? If I put a period, I'm writing two separate sentences, but I'm not writing two sentences. Remember, I'm writing compound sentences.
Yes,
So what do I have to put after water?
and command. I'm a comma.
Comma, you got it, sweetheart. That's correct. We put comma and. So our sentence is, the children got the water, comma, and they put a drop on a slide. Excellent. Thank you for reading. All right. Let's see. I want to hear voices that I have not heard. I don't know my name. Can you unmute, please?
I am Ed. I am Ed.
Yeah, do not change your name again during the meeting. Okay, that's the quickest way for me to kick you out of the meeting. Don't play with your name and change your name. Leave your name as what it's supposed to be, okay, honey? Don't change it anymore. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, can you, I heard you've answered today, see? I'm gonna let you answer again. Go ahead, yeah. Read number 13 for us.
Okay. And put the slide on the microphone. Lee looked at it.
Okay, and put the slide on the microscope. Lee looked at it. What do I do?
And Lee looked. Wait,
No, we're making a
Wait.
compound sentence.
I'm thinking.
Okay, think, honey.
And put the slide, comma, and Lee looked at it.
What about on the microscope? What do I do with on the microscope?
At the end, I and put the slide, and Lee looked at it on the microscope.
No, honey. We're not changing the order of the words. You have to add something. To make the compound sentence, you're going to separate the two sentences and use a comma and a conjunction. So what's the end of our first sentence? Read the sentence again. Tell me, what is the end of our first sentence? And put the slide on the microscope. Lee looked at it. What's the end of our first sentence?
Lee looked at it.
The first sentence?
No, the first sentence, and put the slide on the microphone.
On the microscope. Okay, so what do I put after microscope?
Comma and.
That's correct. Comma and, okay? Very good. So our new sentence now, our new compound sentence, and put the slide on the microscope, comma, and Lee looked at it. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right. Guys, if you've already answered, put your hands down and give other people a chance to answer, please. Okay, I'm lowering hands of people that I know have answered because we want to give everybody a chance. Okay, all right. Let's see. Muaz. Muaz, did you answer already?
No.
Okay, Muaz, read number 14 for us, please.
Did the children see plants?
Number
Did
14,
they
huh?
see animals?
14. We're on
Anne was surprised. She was not as shocked as Lee.
Okay, Anne was surprised. She was not as shocked as Lee. All right, Anne was surprised. She was not as shocked as Lee. What's the end of our first sentence?
Anne was surprised.
That's correct. Very good. What do I put after surprised?
Comma.
Comma, that's right. What else do I add?
And.
Okay, so listen to the sentence now. Anne was surprised. And she was not as shocked as Lee?
No.
Okay, what conjunction should I use?
But.
Yes, perfect. Excellent job, Muaz. But Anne was surprised, but she was not as shocked as Lee. Anne was surprised, comma, but she was not as shocked as Lee. Excellent job, Muaz. Thank you. All right. Number 15. Number 15, Tahir. Hello, Tahir.